Welcome YouTube, welcome Mixer, and welcome Twitch. I'm Assetto Ketchup, your source for VR. And if you haven't subscribed on my YouTube channel, please hit subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to be notified of when I'm streaming or when I release new videos. We're here today in Assetto Corsa. Hello, Betty Boop. So today we have
says just doing the do.
You are just doing the do. Indeed you are. That's because you're Betty Boop and that's what you do. So today Assetto Corsa, this is update 1.0.7. it brings a lot. If you look in the description of the YouTube channel, there's some of the updates they've brought with this update because it's freaking huge. It's so huge there isn't enough space in the description box to actually put everything they've updated. And of course today we have something different. We have my feet. Look, there's my feet pedal cam. So pedal cam is here. We have the extra button box which does all the buttons, and we're going to see basically if the CPU optimizations that they're supposed to have brought with this game, because this game is hugely CPU dependent and really crunches down on that CPU. So hopefully it's brought some stability. We're not aiming for perfection here. We're aiming for stable 45 FPS because there's no way it's going even more than that.
My body is ready, cat face with wry smile.
Nice one, JD. Right, obviously you still can't see the menu, so they haven't fixed that. You just see the guy standing over there. I've got menus in front of me, and what I've got is the basic video options. I'm just going with what they've given me, apart from one amendment. So what we've actually got is stuff that doesn't affect, first of all, the basics, which is resolution scale is 100, view distance is high, shadows are high, anti-aliasing is high, the anti-aliasing type is KTAA, the effects are high, the post-processing is high, the foliage is high, textures are epic, and my mirror view distance is 70 meters, my mirror quality is high, my mirror resolution is mid. I can see a whole whopping 32 opponents if the grid is that full. That is rather a lot. And my VR pixel density is 140%. So, excuse me. That's pretty good. So that's that. The advanced side is kind of different. So material quality high, temporal upsampling is enabled, bloom quality is epic, volumetric fog is low, the foliage LOD quality is high, the HLOD is enabled. Don't know exactly what that does. Advanced sharpening filter is enabled. Then we have image customization. So there's no motion blur because I'm in VR. You don't want motion blur in VR. It's not good for you. The rest is all like saturation and balance and is all a personal thing. The frame limit's off.
Says, my mate Jessica Rabbit likes this game.
Nice. No patty cake. We know what happens with patty cake. Right, so we're gonna go back, and we've got different updates apart from the customization of the things there.
She will hop on online. JDMAX the game cat says, lol.
Oh yeah. Basically speaking, you've got some changes to the tyre model. So the curbs aren't going to basically suck you in, suck you around, and then want to spit you out into a wall, which is what they were doing. and they've changed that whole model so that can be a bit more forgiving, but how forgiving I don't know. We're going to see, but my main objective here is the VR side and seeing reasonably how good the frame rate is for the app side. So we're going to go into the single player. The car we're going to use is this beastie, which is a Lamborghini Huracan, or Huracan, or however you say it in the Italian vernacular, which I can't do because I'm not Italian and my Italian accents and other accents suck. Moving on. So, yeah, we're going to have that. We're going to be in here because it's basically the Blocked Pain series. We have all of their race drivers, so they have different colors for, or different bits for the different drivers here. So you can have some different things here. We're going to be as, who are we going to be? Christian, or we'll be Christian, shall we? We'll be Christian. Christian Engelhardt. This is one of the other things about a series like this. You're going to get to learn some of it the more you play. So we're going to do that, and that's the GTR Grassa racing team, so that's really cool. This Lamborghini is the 2015 version. There you go. Confirm. We're going to take a racetrack that I know well and I know is a bit of a performance hog, so we're going to Nürburgring at Germany. We're going to do like a little bit of a quick sort of race here. Let's say 10 minutes. The start of the day, we're going to go from, say, 5 o'clock in the morning. We're going to have the time is going to go through 24 times faster. So hopefully we'll have the whole sunrise thing happening, which will look really cool. We're going to have 20 opponents on the track. My starting position is going to be 18. The opponent's skill level is 87. That should be enough for them to thrash me to pieces. And their aggressiveness is going to be 80. So we're all confirmed in there. We're going to have nice clear weather to start with and see how that goes on the frame rate and see how it goes if it's oh, ow, that hurt. I've got a button box. Ow, that was silly. Right, I hurt myself there, but it's okay. Oh, ignition, please. Okay, so we're going to start. One of the first things is what used to be broken was the HUD layouts. They were on different layers. Those are fixed. Those looking good. Not going through pillars. Looks pretty clean. Looks decent size. I know you guys can't see that. And you can probably just see some faint glows there, like them there.
Going double file.
Into gear. Oh, I heard a... Oh no.
Stay away from curbs.
Sorry, the foot cam has decided to give up the ghost. You're going to have to deal without my footwork. My apologies. So already we're above 45. We're on 45 and down to 42. Couple of spikes down there, so coming through here, but it doesn't feel too unstable. Now we're down to 30s. But it's still reasonably comfortable, and this is the worst point of the track. Oh! I think we'll restart. That's a bit of a bummer of a start. I've whacked my other button box off. I've killed the camera, and That's very silly. Let's see if we can't re-engage a camera. So I need to push this button. Can I see an LED? I can. Power that in. Press that button. And... no, it's not going to do the foot cam. My apologies on that one. All because I hit my button box off. Ah, what a start. What a start. Right, we're going to restart that. Have to remember that the square button is confirmed, not the X button like most other games. It's Italian. It has to be different.
Staying double file.
Power on, lights up. Hopefully that's all looking good. I hope you guys can see. Is the view okay? Is the sound okay? So yeah, there's a couple of little stutters, but generally it's still feeling pretty smooth. I feel like I need to reset my view a bit.
Green light, give it all you can.
We're off, in behind this Ferrari. We'll make a play there, we can. The roar of the engines in this is glorious. Oh! Oh, I'm not doing good today. I punterinoed it. Restart. What am I doing? Think. I destroyed cars. I am Salsa Ketchup, destroyer of cars. I shall destroy them, and they shall be destroyed.
Going double file.
So, we have to basically do the double file thing. Third time lucky, huh? Third time lucky. We'll do that.
Green light, go, go, go.
It's a good start, it's a good start. Oh! Wow. Okay, well, this is the one. This is the one. It's early after a late night. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, we're good. Right.
Staying double file.
Ah. Engaged into first. I really should pay more attention to the markers and think less about diving up the inside. We'll play it cautious this time, I think. Don't quote me on that.
Green light, go, go, go.
We didn't get as good a start this time. He could get a march on us. Oh, he is eager. We're out through the first. doesn't look too jaggery, even though it's telling me that I've got under the 45. There we go, 45 stable frame rate now. Get into the race. Tires will be cold. I love the sound of this game. This game does the engine sound so right. On that gas nicely. See if we can't try and pick up a place here. Come on. Yes, we picked up one. No, he's got me there. And now that we don't have a full-on grid, we are staying stable above that 45 frame rates. That's nice and stable, that's good. Yeah, this corner's mine, mate. Almost touched that Ferrari, was so close to him. That's what I love about VR racing in this type of thing. It's so close on the field sometime that you can almost smell the exhaust fumes coming out of the back of somebody else's car. Yeah. GT3 racing can be very, very exciting. Bad line for me there. Step down. That's not as good carrying that speed across that way. Can I do better there? Oh, I messed up my line. I broke at a bad point there. I was afraid I was going to be shunting him. Come across. We look out for that middle marker. There's the 100. There's my brake mark down into third. Coming across on the gas. Blocked by him there. I need to get out in front of these. We want to tuck up it nice. We can draft him here. Get a bit of that draft going on down here. And we're ready for the maneuver. Whoa, they're ready as well. Our fastest lap, ready for the break point. There it is. Down in, through, down to second, down to first. Pulled in tight. Come across into the second, off the gas, and just feather that nicely. And feed that in nicely for here. Up to third, down, braking. Straight into first, and keep your foot off that gas with the Hurricane a little, otherwise it's going to flip you right around. The back end of this car does like to flip out. And we've got that braking point into the third. Be careful with the accelerator. Down into the second, coming around. Oh, I was on the gas too early. But it's okay, we've got a bit of space between us and our back marker, but we want to get and creep up here into second on this. Be careful. Wait for it, wait for it. Again, I was on gas too early. can push it a little bit more without the competition through that corner. Want to keep the braking as much as I can in the straight line there. Can keep a little bit of gas, keep the line in there on the outside and try and accelerate as hard as I can here. And you just hammer down all the way through here. You can clip that curb a tiny amount now. In through and back on the gas, trying to get, oh, there's the sunlight. Here comes the sun. Damn, that is bright. Oh yeah. Feels good, but I need to catch. Overbroke their bad line, but it's okay. It's salvageable. Wasn't dreadful. I'm on the gas too early again. I'm being an eager beaver. Performance-wise, the FPS is around the 56 FPS averaging, so that is good for us. It's seeming smooth. It looks nice. This is a lot more stable than it has been in the past. I can see reasonably far in the distance here, as far as you'd expect with an Oculus CV1. Definitely feeling this. Yeah, come on, let's gain. I was a bit aggressive there, but it's okay, that's worked out. Oh yeah, that was good. Oh, I hit the curb a little there, but it's okay, it didn't like destroy me. Oh, I bumped that in the wrong way. The suspension is going to be feeling that. It's not too shabby, not too shabby. Coming up to a break point, and there it is. That's about as on the edge as I can get it. Messed that up. Let's not mess it up more by pushing it too far now. We want to keep that nice and consistent. We want to get into their draft a bit. You know, we've got a lot of dirty air here. Am I going to get into their draft anytime soon? Maybe past this corner. Careful on the gas, don't want to go too much.
Leaders on final lap now.
Leaders on final. We're in 15th place. We gained a few from the start. This will be our final lap. We want to keep this together. I was hoping I'd be closer on this lap to So each lap has been better and better. That's good. Come on. Keep up with him there. Little dab of the brakes. It's a very odd corner, that one. Aggressive on this one. And we're in. We've got some draft. We could make up an extra place here. Took the sneaky chance. Just made it. Kept it together. That was nice. I enjoyed that a lot. That was exciting. Come on. On the gas. I almost was a little bit too eager again. I got to be careful with the gas on that. Can we gain another position by the end? Can we actually manage to make that into 13th?
The leader has finished the race.
Leader's finished, that's okay. Our race is here with this guy. No, I messed up. I shifted down. I got scared. I thought he was going to brake more than he did. I don't think I'm going to make this place up. Let's be aggressive. Yes. Yes, we made it. We got him on that corner. Oh, yeah, we did. Oh, yes.
Good job, Nate. You did your best to bring it back to the pits.
We got it to 13th. We got it to 13th place. I like it. Oh, that was great. That was a good race. That was so much fun to do that one. This is just, that was feeling good. I haven't got jitters. Graphically, I'm pretty pleased with that. Performance-wise, that was looking pretty good. Like I say, as a location, the Nürburgring is basically pretty hungry. It's running a little bit better than it was. I mean, I've got like 4 people in front of me. I can see one guy in, 2 guys in the mirror there. I've got nice details. It's not all jittery. It will be running, you know, clean 45 FPS for the majority of this. Near the start there, where I've got everybody in view with all that AI going on, that's good. That's really nice position for me to be in. That feels nice and stable. I am actually pretty over the moon about this. That's pretty damn sweet. Yeah. Oh yeah. I like this. Oh. Is that the track limiter on? Yeah. Ah! Yes. Oh. Wow, that felt brilliant. That did feel really, really good. I am actually very, very pleased with that. So here's the bit of the replay. I finished 13th there. I know you guys can't see it. There's a nice view, isn't it? I mean, that does look spectacular. So we've got coming up around that first hairpin. I should be somewhere near the back there. I mean, that's a lot. Even with all these cars on screen, it's dipping just below that 45 here. It was dipping just below the 45 FPS. Forgivable with the amount of cars are on there. I didn't feel tremors and shakes or too many adverse effects from the dip in the frame rate there. So whatever they've done here has stabilized things out enough for me to be rather pleased with that. Can we spot me? I'd be 13th, so we've gone from basically 18th place with a field of 21 to 13th place. I think that is a very nice result for me. Right, we're going to move past the part here. Look at the sun coming up as well. That was really kind of cool. Well, not just kind of cool. It was really, really cool. Actually, I need to go into the replay a second, because one thing I do want to do is maybe save that. Can I? I don't know where to save that, but basically you can change cameras in here. So check that out. How cool is that? Oh, that is just nice. That's good stable frame rate there. We can see the behind part here. Again, this is looking pretty stable. And it's a go. Look at those exhausts. He had a little bit of barge there. It was down a place already. We picked it back up there. Mercedes staying to the outside, kept to that inside line, swapped over. I messed that part up, but here's okay there. Oh, such a narrow point there. See, we was touching there, side to side. 42 frames per second here. That is good. Now we're back up to 45, stable. Flashes from the car there. Gotta love how this looks. This is my view of things, obviously. It was stable 45 frames per second in there. Helmet cam view. There's still issues with the helmet. The helmet's jittery. That is one thing to fix, is the helmet cam. Check this out. Broadcast, eat your heart out. In-car cam. I wonder what that will look like compared to the real life thing. I'll stick that here. This is basically me being the GoPro in here. We need to take a look at the Black Pan series. See if we can get some early morning in the cabin footage and pair that up, because that would be pretty damn awesome to see just how close this gets to the real life view. And then we're back to me again there. So, yeah, definitely that is good. Right, we can save the replay, so I'm going to save that replay for later, because that was nice. I want to make a little bit of, you know, some video of maybe one of the overtaking points, highlight reels and stuff like that, maybe, because that was so much fun. I'm excited by that. That has really got me excited, as if you can't tell. I hope you can tell just how pleased I am that is seeming like a good thing. Right, I need to. I've been, my nose has been blocking up throughout that. Oh wow. Okay. So where are we here? I think I need a sweet. Can I have one of these? So sorry if I end up with mouth chewing, well not chewing, sucking on a throaty nose mentally type of sweet thing. It has to be done. Sorry, I need it because I'm getting bunged up. Oh, I can't wait to see the specialist this week and see when I'm going to be under the knife again. Yay! Right, I'm sorry about foot cam. We're going to remove foot cam while we're here because, unfortunately, foot cam ended in disaster. I'm rather sad about it, but can it come back? No, that's still stuck. Foot cam is disaster. My apologies that foot cam did not work. Right, we're going to change the track up so we can have see some performance issues somewhere else. I've still got this in-frame display performance, the Oculus performance tool up in front of me, so it does make it a little bit hard for me to see. Hopefully it's not affecting the angle as much in here as it did in Dirt Rally. Dirt Rally 2 last night, which you can see on the channel. Go back, there'll be a card somewhere if you're watching this back and not on the live. So, you know, click the card, which side is it? It's that way. There, card will be up there somewhere. There'll be a little info symbol. So yeah, that's a doable. What else have we got going on? So, of course, today being Sunday, we have the VR link, which is coming later today. And that's going to be with myself and 7 Degrees of Gaming, and Lincoln Clay will also be joining us, and we've got some different subjects to go over. If you're on Gamertag's Discord channel, there is a portion in there that you can go to and give us some of your questions that you might want answered about VR and gaming in general, or perhaps you just want to know what GT's favourite colour of slippers in the morning. I don't know. It could be anything. You know, we're open to conversation. Of course, gaming and VR is really what we want to answer as much as we can and have that sort of discussion around things. But hey, if you want to know some other random stuff, then ask away, and we will consider whether to answer it or not. Right, we're going to have a look. Let's go Spa. Spa is a good track. We like Spa. Spa or Monza, I think. Spa or Monza, I think I'm feeling those. I'm learning these tracks a lot more. One of the great things about Assetto Corsa Competizione is that it's a focused one. This is one of the reasons what excited me about this game. I know we've got games like PC Cars 2, which is fantastic and got a huge variety of cars and a gigantic amount of tracks and so many things going on, and you can dive straight in. The same with the Assetto Corsa 1. It's got so much going for it still. There's huge amount of tracks, there's huge amount of cars, there's huge amounts of mods. Things like the Soul mod make the weather all nice and all of that type of stuff. But what they're doing here is going, here is a race championship. It's focused. It's got a razor's edge to it. They're a small team. They are continually working to make this game better. And that first one seems good. Now I've got to try something else and see how that plays out. We're going to go into here. I think the same sort of time of day maybe will suit. We'll keep the same weather situation first of all. I'm not going to do the full. Let's do not a thing there. Let's do a. Forgot which controls do that. Let's change it to hot lap or practice. We'll do our hot lap. We're just going to have it at daytime. Yeah. We're going to be 4 o'clock in the afternoon. No, yeah, we'll take it earlier. 7 o'clock in the morning. Ghost car's going to be enabled. We'll confirm that. We're going to go with our Lamborghini Huracan. And we're going to keep the dynamic weather off. Should keep the dynamic weather on or off? I kind of want to control what the weather's going to be like. We'll do it without the weather coming in as a dynamic. Right. Now, one of the things I mentioned yesterday was about how matching up placement of things is. Where I've got my hand to the steering wheel is kind of cool here because I can look at the steering wheel, I can feel my hands are in the same sort of place roughly as these virtual hands. I can actually look out of the nose hole and I can see the part of my hand here, and I can look down and can see the virtual arm actually filling in where my real arm is, all the way down to the elbow, and my elbow is indeed roughly where that is, and I can look across my shoulder, and the bounds of my shoulder and the virtual are actually very well placed, and that is something that is exceptionally well done. And the whole movement here of the body avatar is really, really good. I do love that. Right, we need to get underway.
Green light, go, go, go.
So it's starting us off at the end here. We've got cold tyres, so we're going to have to be cautious. Look at that sun, that comes in nicely. We're not hitting 90 FPS, we're hitting 70. I'm going to take it easy on this lap, it's a warm-up. Re-familiarise myself with the track. Just take a nice, easy Sunday drive for the first lap and warming up the tyres and the brakes a bit. tyres start to come up to pressure. There's a bit on the grass there, that's okay. Headroom's still good. We're like 61 FPS. When our aim is 45 and you're at 61, that's not bad. But I would like to see higher when there's no other cars on here, but if they manage to do things like that, that's okay. As long as it keeps up stable. Stability is what I want from this game. Before I get that extra bit of the climb up to 90 FPS, I want to see stability. We're going to come in early, and now our first lap really truly begins. Across here. Right. Now I'm going to try and push it a little bit more. Want to stay across to the right here. Hug that wall. Find our line. Lift a bit. Oh, didn't lift enough. Yeah, I cut it. I did. I'll admit it. That was a little bit hit and miss there. That wasn't too clean. Almost had that back end out there. Not gonna lie, that was a little bit thrilling. Let's get a nice line up here for a swooping line. I just want to keep the car nice and straight as possible. Through to the right, into the left, sweep across. And I didn't do too well there. Oh, yeah. So even though they've changed the curb model, that curb is still a deadly one. I can still mess that up. But that feels good FPS wise. That's just me by myself. That's enough practice on that. Let's go back to the menu. Get some other cars on track. We're going to push the weather a little. So first things first, we're going to make things somewhat interesting, and we're going to enable the dynamic weather, and we're going to change it to a 50-50. So it can either be clear or it could be light rain to maybe medium rain. Hey, buddy. Yeah. Drink. Non-alcoholic. It is the morning. It is early. I am driving a VR car, and I don't expect to be getting drunk in the morning. And of course, thumbs up. Good to have you here again. Welcome back to Assetto Corsa Competizione, which is looking so far rather pleasing. I'm getting happy. I'm getting excited with the stability that I'm seeing so far in VR. We're going to find out if that carries through to
Drunk Gamer
this next bit.
says, haha, I was getting ready to ask if it's morning there.
It is morning. I've had a late night. I had like over 5 hours worth of playing Dirt Rally 2 in VR, but on the Steam version, which is a little bit got some problems, issues if you are on the Oculus. The winner of anybody getting Dirt Rally at the moment, if you have a Vive, I think you're going to be onto a bit of a winner if you've got a reasonable computer to play it with, because if you've got the game on Steam and you have a Vive, basically you've got the VR update is for free there. You can have all of the content. It's all compatible and it'll work. If you've got an Oculus and you had it on the Steam already, not so much.
Dirt 2 isn't coming to PSVR. Sad face.
Yeah, Dirt 2 is not listed to come to PSVR. But I just get this feeling that maybe, just maybe, when the PS5 is released, then maybe it could be on the books. Because, you know, at the moment, PSVR has over 5 million headsets out there. Over 5 million headsets. That's a lot of headsets.
Gamer says, I think PS5 will change all that.
Yeah. I think PS5 is going to bring a lot to the ballpark.
A lot of VR updates.
Yep. Like No Man's Sky. I mean, come on. No Man's Sky is coming this week. That's going to be gigantic. The headset sales from that alone, I think, if they get that right and people start seeing No Man's Sky in VR and go, hang on a second, if Hello Games have got it right, that's going to be amazing. But I'm going to save the speculations and conversations a bit for later today, because we have the VR link is coming here today from about 7 o'clock British summertime. It's going to be here on my channel because GT is away, sunning himself, becoming Greater Tanned rather than Gamer Tag. So the tanned one will be back at some point next week, I believe.
Huh, I'm gonna live in Mans. It'll be my new Skyrim VR.
Yeah, more than Skyrim actually, but we'll go into that later. I'm not gonna think to this moment in time is about the racing, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna go race time. I know you can't see the menu. I can see the menu. I'm not in the corner anymore. We've got a guy down there, but if I go out to the main menu, they do stick me back in that corner. Kunos, please don't ever put us down in that corner again. I don't like being in that corner. It's not good to be in the corner. Just ask Baby. She don't like being in the corner either. Isn't that right, Benny? Oh, I don't know if you've heard, The Drunk Gamer, but there is a strange thing. Stormy is no more. Stormy is no more. We now have Benny Boop. So, Stormy has left the VR YouTuberage place, and Jessica Rabbit's friend, Betty Boop, has come along to join the fun as well. Just so you know. Right, so we're going to do a race length, 10 minutes again. Time multiplier is going to be times 24. Starting position is going to be 18th. Our opponent count is going to be 20. I'm going to take the opponent's skill level down one. 87% is a little bit too high for me at the moment. Put it at 86. so that maybe I can make it a little bit more exciting, overtake in a few more
Drunk
places.
Gamer says, what wheel do you use? Ha, Betty Boop, got it.
The wheel I use is a Logitech G29. I've decoupled the pedals from this G29, and they're going through a Leo Bodner adapter, which means that instead of them being 8-bit, they go to 10-bit. So that goes from 256 steps, I think it is, up to a whopping 1024 steps. So that's a 4-time increase in pedal resolution from a less than £20 or about £20 cable, which is a really, really epic game changer. Info card will be like up there to a video, not now, but later there'll be an info card to the video that's about the Leo Bodner connection. I do have a shifter for that, but of course we're in GT3 cars here, so I'm on flappy paddles. I've also got my Rhino out here to act as a button box, though there's not many buttons that I'm using on here, so I can use like this switch here and that will flash my headlights and things like that. And I can, you know, switch over to do one of them's windscreen wipers. I think it's that one to turn them on and that one to cycle through. Oh yeah, and I can also turn on my rain lights by doing that switch. So yay. Okay, so opponent aggressiveness is 80. We're all confirmed in. We're ready to start the race.
Drunk Gamer says, do you really notice a difference? That's a lot of steps just for pedals.
Yeah, the other thing that it does is the
Drunk Gamer says, ha ha ha, you have a switchboard.
yeah, it's basically the it's not a switchboard there. It's actually the throttle from my Hotus. So it gives me some switches right here that's kind of nice. I've got some dials and some more stuff. There's about I think on this controller alone there is
Drunk Gamer says,
the possibility of using about 150 switches in total that I can program onto this board here, because it's got a dial that I can switch through that'll switch modes, so I can actually program. Each one of these switches is 2 ways to center, so each switch is 2 functions, and then you can switch through another flicky thing here, so each switch actually can be 6 separate functions per switch. That's a lot of switches. A lot of functions. It's kind of cool. Right. We're going to get on with this at Spa. It seems clear. The sun is about to come up. Should be good fun. You get a rolling start, of course. This is GT3.
Madshard_77 says, hello buddy, how are you finding the VR on here?
Much improved. That's what we're going to find out. We're on the grid. We've got 20 cars on here. I'm in 18th place. So we've got one behind me there.
Madshard_77 says, what settings do you use?
I'll go over the settings at the end of the race. They're mostly pretty high. Basically what the game told me. And then I put the VR resolution up to 140. Oh, there's some nasty clouds in the background there.
I have 2080T and i7 8700 and looking for good settings and files.
Well, I haven't changed anything in files. The files are vanilla. So I've got files are absolutely vanilla. I have, so you know my system spec, I am running an i7 9700K at 4.9 gigabytes. I've got 32 gig of DDR4, 3200 megahertz C16 RAM, and I am also running a 2080 TI, so we're on similar things there. I'm using the Founders Edition of the RTX 2080 Ti. So hardware, we're kind of similar. Your CPU single core performance will be just a little bit shy of mine, so probably a good fit spec-wise for spec-wise.
Madshard_77 says, okay, cool, see how your race goes then, maybe I can see your setting, bud.
Yeah, I'll list them off because obviously you can't see the in-game menu still, which is annoying.
Go in double file.
Right.
Low tire pressure. Stay clear of the curves.
Madshard_77 says, oh, I will need a pen, then ha ha ha.
Yeah. Or, you know, it's on YouTube. There is a link to my YouTube down below, and you'd be able to find out later.
Green light, show them what you got.
And here comes the rain straight away.
Madshard_77. Thanks for following.
Thank you for the follow. That's most kind of you. Right, we got 45 FPS. A little bit less than that. It's dropping down a tiny bit there, but that's not bad. With a full grid of in front of me. I'm not going to try too hard. Wow, I almost hit that Lexus. I would have been eating bumper out of my teeth.
Madshard_77.
Oh, sorry, buddy. That was my fault.
I'm new to sim racing, and do you use ASW to lock it to 45 FPS?
Normally I do. I've not done that today. I've got my ASW off. Sometimes you find that the ASW can sometimes actually interfere and make things less good depending on the game. I've turned it off here and it's feeling perfectly smooth. Cold tires.
77 says, are okay.
So it's actually feeling very good and smooth. I'm actually very impressed with how this is doing. Looks wise, it looks pretty sharp. I can tell you one of my settings straight away, and that is that I've got the VR pixel density set at 1.4. I find that's pretty good and definitely a good place on performance wise. I don't really see too much difference between 1.4 1.5. Above 1.5 it really does get very, very difficult to see a difference. So I forgot a corner. Wow. Tell you what, since you're here now and I messed that corner up, I just lost where I was there momentarily in the moment, you know, as it is. So I'll tell you the settings I've got. So obviously the top bit doesn't matter because you've got like the full screen enabled, VSync disabled, and the resolution of the flat screen monitor.
77 says, is that my fault for talking? Haha.
No, I'm streaming. You're allowed to talk. I'm allowed to talk. We're all allowed to talk. It's a game. It's all for fun. It's the single single player part. I'm just doing this to see what the performance is at the moment. So that's no biggie. no need to worry and stay silent. You can talk all you like and I will try to answer. And at some points I may have irregular pauses and go, and may do some crashes. But I take it all good fun. Right, so the basic settings I've got, of course, the resolution scale is set to 100. The view distance is high. The shadows are high. The anti-aliasing is high. The anti-aliasing type I'm using is KTAA. The effects I'm using are high. The processing is high. The foliage is high. My texture is on Epic. My mirror view distance is 70 meters. My mirror quality is high, so I am getting good fast refreshes, so my mirrors are usable. My opponent's visibility is 32, so if there was 32 cars on track, I should be able to see them all at the same time. My VR pixel density is 140%, so tray tool is set to 0, stuff like that. I've got the software handling it for this game. The same with Steam parts there, but it's not going through the Steam part, it's going through the Oculus bits. When I launched, made sure and put it to Oculus. Obviously you do for whatever headset you've got there. Advanced side of things, materials quality is high, the temporal upsampling is enabled, the bloom quality is epic, the volumetric fog is low, the foliage LOD quality is high, the HLOD is enabled, my advanced super sharpening filter is enabled. Then you come to the image customization, where in VR, so motion blur is disabled. Don't put motion blur in VR. You don't need it to get an impression of speed because you get an impression of speed from the actual speed. It doesn't look great on there. Saturation 100%, you know, the other stuff, white balance, neutral, that's all personal preference stuff. Sharpness is set to 80%. Frame limit is off. Camera dirt effect is 3. Light absorption is high. Image contrast is 0.5. Exposure gain 0.4. And that's it, back to the start. So I hope you kind of got the gist there. So mainly high, KTAA, high, epic 70 meters, high 32, 140. That sounds like, I don't know, the end part of the terms and conditions, something like that.
Says, why KTAA? Mashard_77 says, and not temporal.
The temporal one, well, KTAA is actually a part temporal. It's a newer form of temporal on there as well. What I found is with the temporal one, you get those trails that happen more easily. Whereas the KTAA, which was introduced I think it was in either 1.03 or 1.04, I just find that actually looks nicer.
Says, ghosting.
Yeah, exactly. So the temporal you do get ghosting trails. The KTAA, I don't see the ghosting. I haven't noticed any ghosting. And it does look incredibly good. I mean, in terms of differences, let's switch. So here is, you've got FXAA just ends up
77
no.
Says, what VR headset you got?
This is a Rift CV1. So that's all good. I don't want to replace it yet. I'm waiting to see on whether I will replace it, what I will replace it with.
Nadshard_77 says, I have Rift S.
So you're going to probably, on your VR pixel density, keep it to probably a little bit lower than mine, maybe. Because if you push the VR pixel density up to 140, that's going to be a lot higher because you've actually got a much higher native resolution in that headset than I do. You're going to be aiming at a different hit point. You're going to be aiming at 40 FPS, not 45. You may be able to keep some of that. I would say maybe look at the 130 VR pixel density point might be reaching your upper level. What I would say is, first things first, all the other settings are pretty good. Try stepping off the VR pixel density before you try messing around with any other setting. VR pixel density definitely makes the biggest difference. So dip that down if you like to the 100 and go, yeah, that's stable frame rate, you're good. Step it up until you're comfortable there and you've got a good frame rate, as stable as you can get. And then look at adding more on the others type of things if you want to. But basically, stability in frame rate is best.
Nadshard_77 says, how do you get FPS counter IVR?
I'm using a tool called the Oculus desktop tool. That also has a thing to turn on the asynchronous space warp and change different resolutions and things like that. But in there is a performance monitor. It's I've forgotten what it's named, but basically it gives you different things. There's an Oculus performance monitor, and what that'll do is give you an app motion to photon latency, a performance headroom, which in this game is going to be running at a minus because in my case 90 would be the actual goal of the Oculus headset, but I'm okay with it going on there.
Says, I have Oculus tray tool, does that have is?
Yes, it does. So there is an option on the main screen of that right down the sort of like bottom right there, and it's like an overlay. And what it does, it puts an overlay over what you're seeing. It's hard to race because wherever you've got it, it's going to be in your face, and you'll see the Oculus Performance one, which is, I think, is the second one on the list. It will give you on the left an app frame rate in hertz. So it will give you hertz, which basically translates to FPS as a point because it's got hertz. And then on the right, it will give you performance headroom, which is how much it sees your headroom in terms of the FPS that you are achieving as a frame rate, if you see what I mean. So the frame rate gain aim for me is to be at 90. That would be a performance headroom of 0. Anything below that means that you've dipped below 90. Anything above that means that you've got room to spare in your processor and your GPU. Ideally, you want to be hitting, say, that 45. I want to be hitting the 45%, and say that I've actually got about ranging between 10 to sort of 20 max in the headroom. Anywhere where I've got the headroom going, you know, in a game, an ideal situation is to have 90 frames per second across the board and have a headroom of about anywhere from 5% at the lowest to about 15-20% at the highest. If it's more than 20% headroom, then that means that you can push settings up more. Definitely, because you definitely usually want to have your processor or your GPU to be in that sweet spot between sort of like the mid 80 to mid 90 range, so you still have the headroom. While I'm streaming, that takes up a little extra, so I kind of end up having to be somewhere in the region of what? I need about an extra 10% headroom to deal with all of the video encoding and re-encoding and transmission of like the stream and stuff like that. So that always puts an extra burden on the system. But other than that, you know, you're sweet there. Right, let's get back to this, shall we? I want to see how I can do. Let's not replay. We want to do a restart.
Madshard_77 says, "Thank you so much for YPUR help, buddy."
No problem. And thank you for the follow, by the way. And like I said, YouTube, check that one out.
Stay double fire.
Subscribe. I've got to get up to 1,000 subs yet on there. There's a lot of videos on the past here. We do like some different things tonight. There will be a podcast. I do different games all the time. I do like the races. You'll see different things come in. We've got Dirt Rally 2 that I was doing last night. Which if you don't, you know, there's cautionary tales with Dirt Rally 2 so far. Wow, that boat is immense.
Green light. Give it all you can.
We lost the place in there. Come on, come on, come on. Where are you going, Mr. BMW? We gained a place. Watch out for that guy on the inside there. Oh, come on, come on, come on. We lost a lot of position there. We was gaining and then we lost it. That's such a shame. It feels so good, this game. The rain and weather systems really do make that murky. My tyres are freezing cold at the moment. The tyre pressure is awful.
Madshard_77.
Whoa!
I have subbed.
Thank you very much. That is most kind of you. Another one on that journey to 1,000 subs. Right, let's get this right. On the money, down the centre line, pulling off to the left. I want to keep it reasonable. No, I didn't keep it reasonable. They were slower than me. That didn't happen. There is nothing to see here. I was not the person that punterinoed. Where are the... Oh, tyres, tyres. Change tyres. Now, this is going to be weird because you can drive through them like that. Change tyres. I don't he's gone to dry compound. I'm still on dry compound. Oh, damn it. I messed up. I didn't get the tyre set. This bit is a bit new to me.
Come on, go, go, go.
Oh, damn. This is the pit the long way. But what's important for this at the moment is it's stable. And I love the sound in this game. The sound in Assetto Corsa Competizione is fabulous. Especially, I've got a sub pack sitting on my chair, so nice sort of rumbles in the back there.
Madshard_77 says, the sounds are amazing.
Yeah. Dry, cold tires. This is very bad. I'm gonna be slippy all over the place. You can see what my tires are doing there.
We are at the halfway mark. Keep pushing.
Slippy, slippy, slippy. Yeah, you can see all of what my tires are doing there. It's just terrible. 24.6, 32. I messed up. I need to, I wasn't sure what the buttons for the pit lane there was. Let's quit out there. It's stable. That's all I'm going to say at the moment. It's looking so stable. I'm so happy about that. Let's change the weather out and do some set weather. I'm going to turn the dynamic weather off, and we're going to step through some of the weather so that it's shows the bad stuff. So let's go into a full-on storm. This is going to be a disaster. We know this. Yeah? I put this to a storm, so this is going to be absolute disaster of a race, but no problem. Let's really make this a challenge. So it's stable with that number of opponents on the track. That was 20 opponents on the track, with me in position 18. Let's fill this up. Opponent count is going to be 29. I'm going to start in should I start in last? I'll start in last. There we go. I'm going to start in last position. I doubt I'm going to see much of them, actually, if I do that. Let's start in 29th, 28th, 26th. I'll start in 26th, so I've got a couple of cars behind me, a couple in front of me. It's going to be a full-on storm. I don't expect to see much. And see what this does for the FPS rate. If the FPS rate falls off really, really sharply, which kind of it should, but if it actually manages to keep this up into the 45 range that I'm heading into, that's going to be incredible. Which will have me just going, ah, kudos, you did something really great. Let's see. Let's see what happens.
Alright, there is some rain in this session, so watch out for slippery curves and remember to brake early.
Yeah, so it's suffering a little bit. It's still at 42, 45. With the full grid in view, I can see a maximum of 32 cars on the grid at any one time. So we've got some empty space there and behind as well. Right, let's do this.
Go in double file.
expect a nightmare. So at the moment the frame rate is suffering. There's a bit of jutters there. What was I expecting? I was, you know, I'm pushing this to an absolute limit here. You know, realistically, you're not going to put 32 cars on the grid here.
Green light, go, go, go.
Oh, it's like skating. No, no. That's actually playable though. Right, with all the cars out of the way. Wow. I've got 45 frames per second, which, you know, I've got no grip in the tires. Okay, that was crazy. So even with the hard, whoa. Right, word of advice to the wise: never try to drive a Lamborghini Huracan in rainy weather like this. Just don't. It's just. That's impossible. So we've got 50 FPS, so it's above my threshold. Oh dear, that's bad, that's bad. Fabulous stuff, fabulous stuff. Just the amount of spray that was getting put up from the competition was so incredible that you just couldn't see the track. The sound of that weather.
Matchard_77 says, where am I? Only sieged less than half of windshield.
Yeah, Ah! Wow. So yeah, the heavy rain is just, oh my god, it's insanity. It is truly insanity.
Matchard_77
that felt pretty good.
says, it has it showing the corner roll cage more than in front of the car.
Yeah, it will do, because it's just how you're ending up positioned, because, you know, it's just the output from that. You can't really do much when it comes to streaming VR on the position, because you got to remember that it's taking the views from the headset and putting that out as the singular view. If you get it to show a view that is more across that way, then what happens is that you actually are adding an extra amount of work for your computer to do to show it. So this is the default output of what it shows. And I'm pretty sure that I don't have something else going on. I'm just going to double check. I haven't got that artificially enlarged anymore, do I? No? No, that should be about. It's hard for me to tell as well because I can't actually put that in front of me and see the same thing. Let me just... I am curious to what you guys were seeing. Right, let's step the weather back a good amount, and we're going to put light rain. Not that heavy stuff because that was ridiculous. Let's change the track up somewhat and see how it... Well, no, we saw light rain on here before. Let's change the track up to Monza. The same sort of setting, so we're going to go with Monza, an opponent count of 28, so that's 29 on position on the track. Starting position is 26. See what the FPS does here. Right, I'm curious as to what you guys see, so I'm just going to do something so that I can see what you guys would be seeing as well. That is really weird. See, when I... See, I'm actually looking right forwards here. I don't know what they've done to that view over there, but I'm actually looking directly forwards. Oh, that's very weird. Just give me a second. I think I know what's going on. Oh, I know what's going on. Right. I can fix this. Now I know what was going on last night as well. Okay. Oh. Ta-da! Okay, so that's what was going on last night with the Dirt Rally stream as well. Wow. Brain fart. Over with. Done with. That's good. Know what happened now. Yay.
Matchard_77 says, hooray, haha.
Hurrah! Huzzah! That's something fixed. Thank you. Right, let's get back to it. I need to move that back up out of the way, otherwise I'm seeing too much of that and my chat right in front of me all the time, and it gets very distracting while you're in the middle of a race. I'd rather see that when I look right up into the ceiling here, if I need to read back your comments rather than hear them. I know that gives the unflattering point of looking up my nose, which, you know, isn't great, but it means that I can actually read things like comments back when I need to and not when I don't need to. Good. Right. Hopefully that'll give you a better perspective on this. We've got light rain. We're at Monza. I should have done a practice lap. Oh well, never mind. Hopefully I can remember where my way around Monza. I hope. Let's just pray that I survive. I know I'm an atheist, but never mind. We don't do religion. I broke a cardinal rule. No religion, no politics.
Low tire pressure. Stay clear of the curbs.
Right, we've got like 36 FPS, which is reasonable considering the numbers of AI on the track.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Here we go again. I'm destroying people. I forgot. that was funny. That was funny. Right. Retry, restart. You go down there. It's gonna be a left-right chicane. Sorry, right-left chicane. Right corner straight. Right corner. Left, right, chicane, cross, right, left, right, left, through.
Says, ha ha ha, that's something I would do. That's why I stick to offline AI racing myself.
Yeah, that was very bad. Going straight in there in the rain just without any form of practice laps is bad. Practice laps good. Remember track. So it's straight, chicane, right, left, gradual right, chicane, left, right. I think then is it going to be we'll work it out past there.
Go in double file.
So we're talking about yeah, wedge-shaped cars as well. Did you see them
Stay
flying?
away from curbs.
Yeah, collision. He was doing that forward brakey bit. I know he's trying to keep his brakes warm and warm his tyres up a little bit more, but
Green light. Go,
Fix
go,
a
go.
chassis mode. Says, yeah, I flipped someone over me in Project Class 2 before. Ha ha ha.
right, traffic jam down here for the first. Right, left chicane. We're on the inside of this bit, outside of that bit. Whoa, I got bumped from behind. That was not my fault. I am very sorry, but not my fault. Flat out on this one. Right, left, right chicane on the next one. I'll have to read your comment back there. The roar of the engine was a little too much, and that's not good. Well, look where I'm going. Okay, what did you say there? Yeah, I've been flipped over by people in project cars. I actually was sitting upside down. Oh look, we've got a advert for a Thrustmaster. There you go. How nice is that? Thrustmaster. Can I get some love for that? I'd rather have the you know that Fanatec would be great as well. Sparko in there as well. That's great. I've suddenly become an advertiser for Thrustmaster there. I kind of want to be an advert for Fanatec because the lovely DD1 F1 wheel would be brilliant for this game as well. The Fanatec PS4 DD1 and that lovely shifter and stuff like that would be great.
Says, that ad thing is a huge distraction for me when I see it change out of the corner of my eye.
But that is a part of the racing deal, though. The part of the racing world. And this is a simulation of the racing world, so that is what real-life drivers now have to deal with. So it all adds up. Why is his wheel set left? Are you going to go left straight off from there? I want to watch this car a bit. Yeah, he did. He did go left a bit. I did it again. Collision. He keeps on braking all the time. It's his fault.
Green light. Give me the one you can.
Right. Oh, you... Did you see what that Bentley just did? We'll just play it through and see how we do. Right, so... Fast.
Mr. Chascamo says,
Just bullied his way right through, lol.
Yeah, just as you expect from a big old Bentley boat. We will catch him. I hope. Off to the right here. Not very clean, but that's okay. I'll take it. Off to the left here.
Cryptic Eskimo says,
I usually take those two right-handers in third gear.
Yeah, I'm not that good, so that's something you're going to learn about me. I'm really not that good. I have fun with it. The FPS is stable here.
Cryptic Eskimo says,
Me either, lol.
What's important is this is actually feeling good. Tyre model feels good. The simulation aspects of this feels all kinds of good.
Cryptic Eskimo says,
I love the feeling of driving in Assetto Corsa games.
They have really got it down here now. I'm feeling very actual comfortable with what they've got going on at the minute. For me, this is working in terms of VR. Here we go, gaining a bit up here, down to the parabola. Get the speed out for the end of it. Trying to balance that centrifugal force against the gain, and we're in. There we go. Past Mr. Bentley boat, you mean baddie. You're gonna try and push me out again, are you? No, we're good. Keep the
We are halfway through. Keep pushing.
nothing happened there, no investigation needed, didn't take a shortcut at all. Honestly. There was no shortcuts taken there. Oh, that felt good. That was so on the edge that the back end almost came out. That wasn't so clean.
British Eskimo. Thanks for following.
Thank you for the follow, most kind of you. Oh, off I go. Welcome to Salsa Ketchup, your VR sauce. We like to keep it saucy in the VR world. Not too saucy, just saucy enough. Missed my turn point. Corrected a bit there, that's okay. That could have been a much worse disaster. Much worse disaster. We're in 23rd. I need to get better. Can do better at this track. Can do better in Monza. I know I can. That was so on the edge of control. That was right on the edge there. Oh, that was good. I slowed down too much for that one.
Alright, man, the leader is on the final lap.
No, too much, too much, too much, too much. But I have to say, I am really, really pleased with the performance actually for VR. It's looking stable enough. I think I could say it's actually feeling and looking better than the 0.7. 0.7 release of the early access was basically the point at which it was I really need to learn my braking point better there. Was the point at which this game is generally measured. I think I have a new measuring stick for best performance in this game in terms of where the game sits.
Dej1984 says, "Hey Salsa, hope you're well."
Hey Deej, how you doing? Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm very excited by this update. It really does actually seem stable for me, which is a really good thing. I think I've not had jitters. I'm pleased with the image quality overall. I've had some exciting races. I've got a very full-on grid here. Tyre model is feeling good. Force feedback feeling good. The sound is fantastic, so
Great stuff.
green, red, green, and white smoke in the air there.
I'll bring the car back.
We are at Monza, the Temple of Speed, so of course when you're at Monza and the Temple of Speed, you expect to see the Italian flags flying. In this case, we are seeing the Italian colours in smoke, all by the grandstands here. Oh, that looks so good.
Dej 1984 says, this game looks so good.
It is looking really, really fabulous. I am so pleased. And before as well, I think they've got the H-Lod, the distance for the car fall-off models, much better than before. It used to fall off in a way that you would always notice the change of the details on the car models, and now it's looking like a really good natural progression. The track looks really good. I'm actually pleased. I'm really, really pleased with this. Oh, now begins. Whoa, 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 whoa. He says as he spins out, guys, start the car, please. I had to press the ignition there. I hope you noticed.
Cryptid Eskimo says,
I hadn't played the game much and then realized last week that the career mode was implemented, so now it's all I want to play.
Dej
Yeah,
1984 says, you can almost smell the burnt rubber face with tears of joy.
Indeed you can. Right. Where's the pit lane for here? Where's the pit lane at? So is it past here? I think it is. Do we come in and peel off to the right here? Come on, I'm in the box now, aren't I? Surely. Apparently I'm not in the box. Come on. Almost into that BMW though.
Cryptid Eskimo says,
That's a tight pit fix.
Cryptid Eskimo says,
Box.
Yeah, what you can do, they don't force you to actually have to, put it this way, because it's so fill in there, they do actually let you drive through the other cars when you're in the pit at this point. So you can't actually get a collision part for this part, but, you know. Anyhow, let's leave that there. So I know you can't see my layover screens here, but let's just click there and do replay. So I'm going to kind of end that
Dej
out with a bit of
1984
the
says,
replays.
looking forward to the show later. I'll have my Sunday dinner ready for 7.
Excellent, dude. What time is it now? I've got some preparation to do. See, they're all ready to go on the start line there. Look at this. How cool is that? I think that's pretty damn cool. We're ready at the start line. They're going to be coming past any moment now. Ready to hear the roar. Go me, go! Go me, go! Green light should be happening any moment now. There it is. Green light.
Cryptid Eskimo says,
You look like a spectator. That's kinda cool.
Into this chicane. We'll see what happened with that bully. Watch this bully at the back. See what he does to me at the back here. There I am. And you can see what... Did you see that? Did you see that? So there's me coming up past here. And I'll be right down the back of the grid. There it is. There's that bully of a Bentley. We're gonna get you. Here I come. Round there. Foot will be maxed out on the pedal there. Coming into here, I don't do too well on that first one, if I recall. Woohoo! There's me.
Dej 1984 says, how long until we can watch a real life live race or live sports in VR? JDMAX the Game Cat.
You can already do real sports in VR. You can already watch live sports in VR. Big screen and things like that. On the Oculus Quest and so on and so forth, they have different sporting events. You can watch, and for the last year or so on the PSVR, you have been able to watch live NFL and NBA on the PSVR.
Dej 1984 says, EJD oncoming fist light skin tone. JDMAX the Game Cat says, is it true, Salsa, that this really focuses more of GT3?
This game is pure... Hey. Yeah, this game is a pure focus on the GT3. I pressed the wrong button. I wanted that replay. Let's just...
Dej 1984 says, I did not know this. I love NFL.
Yeah, they had some NFL stuff there. You need to definitely check that out. Let's increase speed here.
Cryptid Eskimo says,
Official game of the Blaine Payne GT series.
Quite right. It is the official game of the Block
JDMAX the Game Cat
Payne.
says,
Long
yeah,
Pan.
Dej, they had the World Cup last year in VR, but only in EU.
Yeah, but they have the American football. Check that out. Say as me
JDMAX the Game Cat
doing that.
thanks a critic. Dej 1984 says, I saw the World Cup BBC thing that was good. JDMAX the Game Cat
So we need to get some...
NBA has VR options as well.
Yeah, NBA does have VR options. Which is awesome. Because they have some really good, like, courtside stuff and actually above the, you know, ideal seats that you would spend an absolute fortune on getting in real life. You get to see things like you would never see before. The NFL VR coverage as well has some very unique angles. Has the VR improved? Yes, it has. I've got a nice stable image. I've not had any problems. I've not had big stutters. I've not had big fall-offs. I'm pleased with the graphical detail overall. I'm pleased with the new tyre model. I like the feedback way of this. It's pretty damn good. Whoa! I'm the driver again, without driving. Look at that. Gmart, no hands. I'm the... It feels like, you know, this is one of the most extreme views you can have in VR. Right at the front of the car like this. I can eat windscreen wiper. Come back here. I feel like a cat wanting to paw at the windscreen. See the radiator down there? I know it's not the main point, but you can see the radiator down there. Oh, I can see. That's a little odd. But that's kind of cool. I just want to eat the windscreen wiper. It's going through like that, you know? Can I get that in time? You know? Hit subscribe, hit notification, hit notification. Like it.
I don't think you are supposed to be able to see down there, lol.
No, I don't think you're supposed to be able to see down there.
DMAX the gamepad.
But it's interesting.
What's into here? I'm wanting a good single player sim.
Yeah. The career mode, I think there's more to do with the career mode that, like, it could have been better on the career mode, but, just setting up a custom race now and again, things like that, this can be really an exciting game.
JDMAX the gamepad. Yeah, I tried that the one demo.
Bye, Mr. Boatley. He was a meanie. But look at this. How awesome does this... Sweet. I'm really pleased with it. It's doing good. I didn't cut there. There was nothing. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. There was. I didn't see that. Everybody sworn to secrecy. That didn't happen. I know you're all going, yes it did, yes it did. It didn't, I swear. You were delusional.
Cryptocheskimo says,
What didn't happen, lol.
Exactly. Right, we're going to basically have to, unfortunately, leave it there. Let's get an angle that I like. I would like another angle that's actually from the front of the car. Instead of this, I want the front of the car there, but we'll do with this one. So, unfortunately, this is going to be it for me for this stream. As I've said, the overall result here is I'm extremely proud and pleased to say this is feeling great. It's feeling really, really good. I want to play more of this again because that's just so pleasing. The more they optimize through this, the more they keep on going, the better this game is going to become. But for the first time since the 0.7 release, I can play this game and go, yes.
Great stream, man.
Thank you, Deej. Thank you for joining.
Says, catch you later.
Yes, we will be back this evening at about 7 o'clock, barring technical difficulties, to do the VR link with Lincoln and 7 Degrees of Gaming and myself. GT unfortunately is off sunning himself, so it's here on my channel tonight, and I think we're going to be returning back over to GT's channel next week when he returns all nice and sunned up. But I don't know if he could be in Germany, in Cologne, for Gamescom. I may also have a point of going to Insomnia, we don't know, on the Saturday, so lots happening. But yeah, please join later on this evening for the VR link, and we'll have some talks there. Any questions you want to ask, pop in, blah blah blah, etc, etc. This is looking really good. Very pleased. I will be doing a bit more on this, and there's more Dirt Rally to come. There is some more No Man's Sky coming in next week. Of course, that's going to be the big game to take over everything at the moment. See you all. Thanks for joining. Don't forget, if you've not subscribed, there's a subscribe button, like, going to be that way. There's going to be like a video like up there and another video there. So subscribe, video, hit notification bell, likes, shares, comments down below, all of that good stuff, and we'll see you around. Remember, we've got the brake on the left and the accelerator on the right. That's the thing that makes you go, which you want to do a lot in this game. Bye.